Hello to everyone from the world of Zone News. Thank you for choosing us. Our video today is about the 2024 Chevrolet Silverado EV. You will make us happy by watching the video until the end. 2024 Chevrolet Silverado EV First look. Chevy's electric truck considers F-150 Lightning. This electric truck has a larger cabin and more cargo flexibility than other Silverados. The first thing to know about the 2024 Chevrolet Silverado electric pickup truck is that it shares almost nothing with its internal combustion Silverado brethren. Nor does it share any body panels or glass with its stablemate 2022 GMC Hummer EV pickup on the GM Ultium platform. These facts distinguish it from its chief competitor, the 2022 Ford F-150 Lightning electric pickup truck, which is simply an F-150 crew cab converted to electric power. The more familiar Ford may be an easier sell for conservative old-school truckers, but Chevy's clean sheet approach yields better packaging and more innovation. The GM Ultium platform is solid enough to allow Chevy to revive the idea of a combined cabin and closed box with an open bed that can expand into the interior of the truck by folding the center door down, as was popularized in the 2002-2013 Chevy Suburban, Chevrolet Avalanche and Cadillac Escalade EXT. The bespoke electric architecture allows the front seats to move closer to the front axle and further away from the rear seats, while still leaving room for a 5-foot by 11-inch box. This surpasses the Silverado's combustion by an inch and that of the Ford F-150 Lightning by 4 inches. Fold down the middle door and get 9 feet of floor space up to the closed tailgate, 10 inches more than a regular cab, long box pickup. Open the optional multi-flex tailgate and load limiter and the floor measures 10 feet 10. As with the original Avalanche, the center door can be folded down with an optional tonneau cover that insulates the rear window and cabin from the elements. Or remove the tonneau, pop out the rear window, place it in the lowered middle door and open the cabin all the way to the bed. One of the biggest differences between the Silverado EV and the Avalanche, the middle door and seat are split 60/40ths, and everything folds back into the cabin by 60 or 100%. The original Avalanche middle door has been folded back to accommodate it on the bed floor. The exterior of the 2024 Chevrolet Silverado electric truck is roughly the same size as its crew cab/short box combustion counterpart, but significantly larger inside. The significant width and length differences between the Silverado Electric and the GMC Hummer EV illustrate the range of adjustability of the GM Ultium platform. The Silverado EV's 145.7-inch wheelbase is 10.1 inches longer than that of the Hummer pickup truck, and a comparable crew cabin is 1.7 inches shorter than the short box Silverado, while also sharing crash safety structures that are costly to develop. Changing the width of the suspension sleepers and the length of the control arms changes track width affordably. It will be possible to plug devices into the 10 AC plugs found on the 2024 Chevrolet Silverado EV electric pickup. It has 4 120-volt inputs in the pickup box plus 1 each in the main console and center console. There is a single 240-volt outlet in the turntable, and an accessory power bar that plugs into the CCS charging port will provide 2 additional 120-volt outlets and 1 240-volt outlet. The power bar also allows companion charging of another EV with a charging speed approaching that of a level 2F charger. In total, the system can deliver 10.2 kilowatts of electrical power, and the driver can determine the minimum remaining state of charge or driving range to stop the power transfer to ensure a safe return to a charging station. It's probably no coincidence that it just dwarfs the 9.6 kilowatts power export cap of Ford's F-150 Lightning. All this means that powering your home with an electric Silverado EV during a power outage should be as easy as with an F-150 Lightning. The 2024 Chevrolet Silverado EV Rest First Edition models will be rated for 10,000 pounds of towing and 1,300 pounds of payload. For comparison, the F-150 Lightning is rated at 10,000 and 2,000. Commercial work truck variants will initially be rated at 8,000 and 1,200 pounds, respectively. However, a special towing-focused fleet model Silverado EV variant arriving for the 2025 model year will be rated to tow as much as 20,000 pounds. This model will also have four-wheel steering, like the GMC Hummer EVs, to facilitate trailer maneuverability. Speaking of towing, the first Silverado EV RST models will feature the latest Super Cruise system that supports towing a trailer. The 2024 Chevrolet Silverado EV will only be available in a double cab configuration, and its interior doesn't look like internal combustion Silverados or Hummer EVs. Displays are in vogue these days, so the best RST models feature a reconfigurable 11.0-inch instrument cluster with a choice of 5 display themes. Additionally, it includes a 14.0-inch head-up display and a 17.0-inch freeform landscape orientation infotainment display. A volume button is attached to the screen, as on some Ford and Land Rover products, but it is positioned in the upper left instead of the lower middle. Hard buttons for frequently accessed features promise to make the system easy to master. Visibility over the lower cowl and shorter fairing is said to have been greatly improved. All interior materials are vegan, and the first RST production features seating surfaces in high-contrast charcoal and light gray PVC feathers accented with red stripes and blue stitching. A completely flat floor leaves room for a deep, split-level front center console with 1 cubic foot of storage. Moving the loudspeakers slightly up on the doors allows stowage pockets to span the entire length of each door. At the rear, the seat cushions fold forward to allow the backrests and center door to fold flat, and there are shallow storage compartments under the seats. All Chevy Silverado EV RST First Edition models will have a laminated fixed glass roof. This was promised to be about the same weight as a steel roof and headliner, but providing better headroom. No water and shade, but Chevy says the deep coloring keeps the interior from being a solar cooker. As with Tesla, there will be no ignition key or start button. Sit down with a registered key or phone, and the electric Silverado EV is ready to drive itself. The Silverado EV will use GM's self-developed Linux-based software platform known as Ultium, which should form the basis of all Ultium EVs. This platform is said to provide easier and faster software updates and feature upgrades by separating the vehicle's software from its hardware. Defined more broadly as a customer experience (CX) platform, Ultium gives owners a digital ID number and vehicle profile that facilitates access to a variety of cloud services in their pursuit of a frictionless EV ecosystem. Civilian 2024 Silverado EV orders opened on January 5th to reserve an unspecified number of Chevy Silverado EV First Edition RST models with $105,000 plus an as-yet unspecified destination fee, which must match the $1,695 Hummer EV pickup truck. Delivery of these trucks will begin in the fall of 2023. However, once these reservations are filled, the system will start taking orders for other variants, the cheapest of which will start at $41,595 if we estimate the arrival fare correctly. And we probably have, because that figure underscores the $41,669 for the 2022 Ford F-150 Lightning.